So, have you heard the news that your son's fight's been cancelled?
I don't really listen to the news.
It's been cancelled, sir. So, it's been cancelled. So when you put out the statement that you wanted it to be boycotted, it's now cancelled. So it seems like your words carry weight and power.
Well, I'm only speaking with the people, what any father would speak.
So, have you heard the news that your son's fight's been cancelled?
I don't really listen to the news.
It's been cancelled, sir. So, it's been cancelled. So when you put out the statement that you wanted it to be boycotted, it's now cancelled. So it seems like your words carry weight and power.
Well, I'm only speaking with the people, what any father would speak.
So,
what's good, family? It's your man the YB, back once again. Big shout out to my doggy DM, all the way from the USA, representing the O right now, 100%. My doggy DM from the O, no doubt about it. So we just heard there from your man's Chris Eubank Senior, looking rather smug, if I do say. Now off the rip here, got a salute my doggy, Big Nick, Spencer Fearon for coming through, Don Spenny for coming through with his quick leak right now, 100%. Go and check his channel out, him and Tunde Ajayi, got the most fire podcast, even if I do say so myself. Stamina for sale, 100%. That interview, the full leak from Chris Eubank Senior will be dropping in the next 24 hours. Go check that out, no doubt about it, 1,000,000% confirmed. So like I said, we just heard there from English. He looking kind of conceited right now, in my opinion. I've got more videos coming soon, got more leaks coming soon, which are essentially building up to prove the case that I believe this has been contrived by Chris Eubank Senior. Chris Eubank Senior is the individual who leaked this whole thing to the Daily Mail, which the only reason this fight's off here is because the Daily Mail found out that Conor Benn had popped a month ago, and it's all making sense now. Yeah, the reason Chris Eubank was saying boycott, boycott, boycott was because, guess what? He knew about the juice tests, and it wasn't really to do with the weight so much. Eubank felt as if Conor Benn was juiced off his Nelly, and he didn't want his son going in there weight drained and juicy lucid. Yeah, it's double whammy. And I can't, to be quite frank, from Eubank's Senior's point of view, I wasn't so understanding of the weight. But if it was my son, yeah, and it was the weight and there's some skeptical juicy things going about, I get that a lot more now. Particularly when you compound that with the fact that his son passed away. Was it Seb? I think, yeah, Seb. Seb, he up there right now, chilling with all the smoke dons right now. Anyway, like I said, I'm a lot more understanding of Eubank. However, you might know my opinion. The fight should have continued. Nonetheless, Eubank, I have to almost salute the game. Eubank pulled it off. Now, people will say, why didn't Eubank just come out publicly and say, Conor Benn juiced out of his mind, this fight shouldn't happen? The reason Eubank Senior couldn't do that publicly was because that information was confidential, private, medical information, bottom line. Yeah, that's what it was. And that's why Eubank Senior had to anonymously leak it to the Daily Mail. Because then, there's no liability. If Eubank Senior had to come out and drop the information, he is then legally liable. At the moment, Eubank Senior can plead ignorance. Oh, what? I didn't do nothing. Who? And Daily Mail will say, well, Daily Mail won't even necessarily know it's Eubank. Oops. So I have to salute Eubank Senior's game here. And he played it like a true peach. Because, he played a true peach because he waited until the most, the only way it would have been more potent would have been at the weigh-in. But then again, Eubank even saw through that, because if Eubank had waited to the weigh-in, there'd have been no stopping it almost. Do you understand? At that point, once they've weighed in, there's no stopping it. So he really did play a blinder here. That said, I'm pissed off, obviously. I want the fight to happen, but at the end of the day, man, Eubank Senior, he's a millionaire, his son's a millionaire. When you're at that level, it's no skin off your nose, is it, in that sense? He got nothing to lose. He don't care if he bums up everyone's weekend. He don't care if he bumps the public. Because there's a lot of dons. I mean, there's even USA man. USA man are flying in to watch this fight. Again, we just had the Savannah Marshall versus Clarissa Shields fight pulled. A whole bag of USA dons was flying in for that one. Got bumped. Yeah, so these celebrity cats don't care about the public. Now, to be fair, there's a lot of virtue. There's a lot of you virtue signalling looking ass cats. Oh, YB, you're sick for saying the fight should continue. Listen, I don't care. How about that? Oops. I care about being entertained, bottom line. Now, I ain't gonna lie to you. If it turns out, YB, how come you roasted Jarrell Pig Baby Miller, but you didn't roast Conor Benn? Listen, I'm someone who doesn't just suck headlines off. A lot of you lower IQ cats, yeah, you hear a headline and just go, yeah? I read into the information. Meaning that I like to make a judgment on the actual situation, i.e. it's trace amounts. It's 4 weeks ago. 4 weeks ago they found trace amounts of a non-steroidal substance, of which he's been testing clean for the last 4 weeks. Yeah, that's the baseline for me. And with all that information included, along with the medical professionals who said it will serve absolutely no benefit to him. With all that in mind, why shouldn't the fight continue? On what basis? Apart from you virtue signalers who want to grandstand, oh, we need a clean sport. Listen, I don't give a fuck. Me personally, like I said the other day, a lot of you grandstanders don't understand that based on the rules today, there'd be no fights back in the 80s and 90s. They just wouldn't. All them fights through the 90s and 80s wouldn't happen based on today's standards. So my point is, if people survived the lax standards, I mean, look at Holyfield. Holyfield was juiced out of his mind. Yeah? A lot of the fighters back then was juiced out of their mind. And yet, the sport was what it was. Not being funny with all this extra testing, yeah? I think people are still getting smoked even more these days, truth be known. Because they're weak. They're going into the ring weak. Their chin's weak. Do you know what I'm saying? Their bones are weak. Because they're all weight drained and they're all testosterone drained. Yeah? But I'm not here to sit here and say that juicing's okay. I'm just saying, we got to draw a line somewhere. And for me, the line should be kind of recalibrated to the level of, is this really benefiting someone? Yeah? Is it really going to benefit someone? If it's not, let's keep the show moving. You understand? You know what I'm saying? We found trace amounts of some little non-steroidal substance. Do you know how low the bar is for non-steroidal chemicals? They're as good as useless. Never mind a non-steroidal substance in trace amounts. Come on, people. And you got to look at how these guys change the lists. These guys have been adding shit to the lists every day. They're adding something. These guys are desperate to pop people, bottom line. Yeah? We had a fighter from, I think, Doncaster. There was some next Don from Donny who got caught with some, he got caught on the sniff. Banned for 3 years. That's ridiculous. In my opinion, the sniff shouldn't even be on the list. Fair enough, yeah? On fight week, no sniff for you. But most people wouldn't even take sniff. But I'm saying, if you're at a camp, if you're not in a fight week, or if you're not in a fight camp, sniff should be fine. Yeah? Now, on fight night, it's different. But if you're banging the sniff a month before your fight, that's fine, in my opinion. People shouldn't be popping. People shouldn't have 3 years banned out of their career for a little piece of the white. Yeah? And people like Mike Tyson wouldn't have competed from 1990 to 2003 if it was about the sniff. Yeah? Do you understand? So let's stop, in my opinion, let's stop moving the goalposts. If it's good enough for the 90s, where in general the quality of the sport was a lot higher, it's good enough for me now. But yeah, Eubank Senior, his first words, he's smug with it. You can just tell he's smug. He didn't say too much. Obviously, you'll have to plug back in with Don Spenny and check out his podcast tomorrow for the full league. But you can tell he conceited. Yeah? Oh, I don't follow the news. I bet you don't, because you made the news. Oops. Do you understand? That's what that bar was saying. Oh, I don't follow the news because I'm the one who leaked it. Oops. Yeah? I don't need to know that the fight's off because I'm the one who put the wheels in motion. I've been known the fight's off. That's why I've been not watching the news. And really, we should have known. A lot of people wrote off Senior. Oh, he old. Oh, he bugging. Yeah? We should have really thought, wait there a minute, this guy's acting, he was acting some type of way for me. He was acting too kind of, you know what I mean? He was acting too serious with it. Implying that he had an ace in the hole. And he did, listen. My man had an ace in the hole. He pulled out the ace and it was a wow. On one of them ones. My man had a jack and ace came through. Boom. 21. But yeah, listen. Will the fight happen going forward? God knows. Yeah, salute to Senior. I respect the game. Listen, if you old heads can pull off game, because listen, no one was running game like Eubank Senior here. He's played a blinder from his point of view. Yeah, he's deaded off everyone's weekend, but from his point of view, he's still rich. Yeah, his goals have been served to the detriment of the YB's gambling addiction, 100%. Yeah, now your man, the YB's gambling addiction must be, you know what I'm saying? I've got to go and spin the, what they call it, I've got to go and spin the roulette wheel now, 100%. Yeah, Eubank Senior done burnt off your man, the YB's boxing gambling thing. Dead ass guy, man. Dead guy. Weird ass guy. Yeah? Listen. Let's see how it plays out. Eubank, I can't wait to watch the interview tomorrow, the full leak. Yeah? Cut the cap though. That's another thing. Cut the cap, Senior. How about you hear the news? Cut the cap. You hear the news. Senior reminds me of Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather, yeah? You know for a fact Floyd Mayweather is a fiend for watching everything. He come out, oh, I don't even watch that fight. I don't even know who that... Cut the cap, man. You man for the cap. Your egos are so big. We know for a fact Eubank Senior has been banging the news sites, ain't he? I can just tell. He locked into the news sites. Yeah? Trying to, kind of, what's the word? He's trying to bask in his handiwork. Oh, look at this. Look at all the madness I've set off. And we know Eubank loves to punk Eddie Hearn as well. I wouldn't be surprised to hear that Eubank's probably been choking himself off in the toilet over Eddie Hearn squirming. Yeah? And also we're forgetting that Eubank's essentially gloating. Not only has he punked off Eddie Hearn, not only has he got his needs met, i.e. the fight pulled, but also he's punked off Nigel Benn, his arch nemesis. And I mean, what's worse, yeah? What's worse than losing to Chris Eubank, than having Chris Eubank expose your son for popping for, oh man, it's bad. This really, let's not forget people, the Eubank versus Benn kind of face-off was 1 to Eubank and a draw. 1 and a draw. Now, I don't care what no one says, now Team Eubank have scored another KO victory over Team Tren. Yeah? Conor Tren has been KO'd by Chris Eubank Senior. Can you imagine that? Chris Eubank Senior has come back from retirement and just knocked out Nigel Benn's son. That's the bottom line here. It's mad. And we have to salute that game. Yeah, even at 60-year-old, you best believe, even at 60-year-old, Chris Eubank Senior still has the Benn family number. Yeah, that's the, call me a liar. Does he not? Does he not? Are you telling me Chris Eubank Senior don't have Team Tren's number? He just twists up all their shit. For all we know, Conor Benn gonna be banned now. Wow, Conor Benn was on the up and up, and I do feel quite vindicated because I told everyone, Conor Benn, don't go for this. Conor Benn, don't go for this clown show. Why? Because it's a clown show. It's something no one wants. I said, focus on your real career. You've got potential. And here we are, people. Do you know what I'm saying? Here we are. If Conor Benn had focused on his real career, likely we wouldn't be here now. But he wanted to inject himself into a clown show, and now look what you got in return. You are well and truly a clown. Oops. And not only are you a clown, you've been made so at the hands of your dad's arch enemy. Yeah? Chris Eubank Senior just knocked your ass out. Knocked your young looking ass out. Wow. It's a wrap for Team Tren right now. 100%.